Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you'll please find your seats. Thank you. Welcome this evening. My name is Dina Alley, and I have the pleasure of being the Associate Principal here at Shelton High School and one of the people that gets to help facilitate this exciting academy work. To begin our evening, would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The reason we're all here tonight is to celebrate the opening of this great educational opportunity for students and staff. First thing I'd like to do tonight, if I could, if you'll just look around, will all the students who are wearing their Health Science Academy polos and who are in the Health Science Academy, please stand. Thank you. When I handed out their polos, I reminded them that this night is about the adults coming together in support of their educational goals. And we wouldn't be here tonight without the vision of our superintendent. It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Alex Apostle.
Good evening. I would like to welcome all of you to this monumental occasion, the formal inauguration of the Shelton High School Health Science Academy, which will begin with a phenomenal 200 Shelton High School students. I would like to thank our school board members, President Carrie Davidson, Vice President Sandy Tarswell, Sally Carr, Sally Brownfield, and Dan Cooling for their continued support and dedication throughout the process to initiate this groundbreaking program for the Shelton School District. A program that will soon be the only accredited high school health science academy in the state of Washington. Next, I would like to recognize and applaud the high school administration, Principal Jennifer Dayette, Assistant Principals Ed Stewart and Mario Huves, and the high school staff for all their efforts, and in particular Associate Principal Dina Alley for her determination and follow-through on all the details to bring this program to fruition. Next, I would like to thank the Advisory Committee and Melissa Strong from Mason General Hospital for their support and effort throughout the development process. Your expertise was greatly appreciated and valued. I would like to take this time to also give our sincere gratitude to the Mason General Hospital Board of Directors and CEO Eric Mall for making this program possible with a very generous $200,000 contribution. And a special thank you to Mason General Hospital Chairman of the Board, Scott Hilburn, for his continued enthusiasm and support for the project. Without Mason General Hospital and their continued gracious involvement, support, and dedication, we would not be where we are this evening. We thank you for everything and look forward to our continued collaboration and success. The tremendous support for our students is inspiring. We would like to take a moment to recognize our community leaders here with us tonight and thank them for their efforts in supporting the students of the Shelton School District and our new Health Science Academy. Would members of the following groups please stand when I call on you and remain standing so our students may see all those who support them. We ask that you hold your applause until the end. Thank you. First, our Shelton School Board members, will you please rise? Our colleagues in education, including our partner districts and ESD 113 and post-secondary partners from throughout the region, will you please stand? Our partners at Mason General Hospital and family of clinics, will you please stand? healthcare providers representing all fields in the Shelton community and from the surrounding area, including Capital Medical Center. Will you please rise? Our tribal partners from the Squaxin Island and Skokomis tribes. Our community leaders, including members of the city and county commissions, police, fire, the Chamber of Commerce, the Economic Development Council, and local media. Will you please stand? Our business and industry leaders and community members, will you please stand? Staff members of the Shelton School District. Family members and friends of all of our students here in Shelton. We will pause now and ask that students look around and see all the support here for them tonight. At this time, I believe we need to applaud our students and all those standing. Thank you for all your support regarding our students in our school district. It is greatly appreciated. The Health Science Academy at Shelton High School is the launching pad for not only the high school, but for the entire Shelton PK-12 system. The efforts to commence this program has started a groundswell of innovation and creative thinking and effort in terms of where we must move our school district from this point for the benefit of our students, staff, and community. The creative thinking that has transpired is inspiring for all of us. From potentially adding additional academies to thoroughly reviewing our PK-12 instructional program grade by grade, to Bordeaux elementary students working with high school students and actually operating a business, the Shelton schools are on the move. A special thank you to Bordeaux Elementary Counselor Brian Worsbicki, Bordeaux administrators, and the entire Bordeaux elementary staff for your exemplary efforts. Another example of this energy is the effort being put forth by Principal Stacy Anderson, Assistant Principal Amber Hosford, and the Choice High School staff to rethink what a school must become to meet the needs of our students in a 21st century world. They are moving forward with a new school concept. How exciting is that? In addition, we are continuing to develop the International Baccalaureate program at Evergreen Elementary School, and we are also continuing the Evergreen Elementary Dual Language program, which is currently only offered in 24 school districts in the state of Washington at the elementary level. At the same time, we are reconfiguring our entire instructional delivery model, going from K-5 elementaries to K-4, moving to more age-appropriate intermediate schools, and moving our ninth graders to a high school environment, all in preparation for the fall of 2019. All this, and in addition, building new schools and greatly improving others in getting ready for a true transformation of our school district beginning in the fall of 2019. There is even more happening, but not enough time to share. How wonderful this is all. I would like to quote a famous American author and humorist. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Mark Twain. The Shelton School District is definitely sailing away from safe harbor and is exploring, dreaming, and discovering each and every day. For years, we have heard conversations in education concerning equity, meeting the needs of all students, the achievement gap, academic achievement for all, relevancy and rigor of curriculum and instruction, and on and on and on. Well, we in the Shelton School District are working with a strong desire and passion to not just meet and discuss these issues. We are obviously taking action and risk in developing not only the Health Science Academy, but other programs that meet the needs of all students and inspire and prepare them for a successful life. Believe it or not, this is just the beginning of our efforts to truly move the Shelton School District to a position of leadership and prominence in public education in the region, state, and beyond. We have the staff and community poised to inspire, support, and provide students with no option other than to succeed. Our vision in the Shelton School District is 100% graduation, but we believe these are just words unless we provide our students with a reason to be at school every day and graduate high school, and in the final analysis, have a variety of options upon graduation which will enable them to fulfill their dreams and hopes, regardless of what they may be, and to possess the confidence and skills to not only compete on the world stage, but to win. The Shelton schools will make no concessions, nor alibis or excuses to this end. Based on the effort of many, we will continue moving forward, establishing additional relevant and rigorous direction for our students. The Health Science Academy has provided the model, an environment for greatness and success for all. We will not stop here, only to take a breath, a short one at that. I salute everyone who has been involved in this great effort and achievement, and know that the best is yet to come. Great days ahead for Shelton, our students, staff, and community. Thank you for being with us on this important evening. Each one of you is sincerely appreciated and valued. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Apostle. Two of our most ardent supporters, without whom we could not do this project, are our Shelton School District Board of Directors and our colleagues at Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics. Here to speak to that support is Shelton School Board District President, Carrie Davidson.
Thank you all for coming tonight. 1 year ago today, I was part of a group that traveled to Nashville to see how academies actually operated. There had been several groups that went before me as our school district was planning and preparing to bring the academy concept to Shelton. It was exciting and inspiring to see the different academies and have a chance to speak directly with students and see how things worked in the classroom. And now here we are to kick off our own Health Science Academy. It's very exciting. I've also been involved in healthcare my entire life. My father, who is here tonight, is a pharmacist, and he owned a pharmacy here in Shelton that I began working at in the 7th grade. My husband and I both have healthcare-centered careers, so this is especially exciting to see the high school that we graduated from have the first academy be a Health Science Academy. I believe that this will ignite and engage our students in a whole new way. They will be exposed to real-world health science careers while learning core curriculum. I'd like to thank Mason General Hospital for their partnership from the very beginning. Scott Hilburn, Hospital Commission Board Chair, asked that I read his speech tonight as he's unable to be here due to being at the Washington State Hospital Association meeting up in Seattle. These are now Scott Hilburn's words. How many people here have lived in Mason County for 5 years or more? 10 years or more? 15, even 20 years or more? We've all seen many changes in our community during this 20-year period of time. We saw the closing and relocation of ITT Rayonier. Simpson Timber realigned their company. The log train no longer runs through town. The Port of Shelton redefined the type of businesses they support and attract. A new company was formed with the incorporation of Green Diamond, and I would be amiss if I didn't include the expansion of the hospital district with the support of additional new providers which have now joined our medical team. And our school district has evolved too. Under the leadership of the current board and the vision and enthusiasm of Dr. Alex Apostle, we have seen a groundswelling of support for our children and a new agenda at the district. Graduation rates have improved, the number of students going on to higher education or technical schools has increased, and daily attendance rates are on the rise. Building on all of these accomplishments, the school district is continuing to offer our children more career opportunities with the launching of Shelton's Health Science Academy. This is the first of what we hope to be many academy experiences for our students as education in Shelton is transformed. It is a pleasure and honor for our hospital to support this important initiative. This academy will provide family wage income opportunities to graduates and also provide the youth of our community with another career path and a reason to stay and work in Mason County. The relationship between our two organizations began 4 years ago, working together on community issues, and has expanded into the relationship you see today with the launch of Shelton's Health Science Academy. We look forward to our continuing relationship as we roll out this exciting curriculum together. Congratulations and thanks from Scott Hilburn, Commissioner Board Chair. And for my final words, I would like to say that on behalf of the Shelton School Board, we would like to thank you all again for coming out tonight to celebrate the beginning of our Health Science Academy.
Thank you very much. We're going to spend some time now actually learning about the program and learning about what it means to have a Health Science Academy. But first, I'd like to introduce some very special people. Would the Health Science Academy team teachers please rise? So, while they are standing, I'd like to introduce them to you. Josh Monroe, Tony Thompson, Kyle Caulfield, Christy Zakem, Sarah Jacobs, Amy Devon, and Antje Fortier. Thank you very much. This is a team that you're going to see has spent a lot of time and training to learn how to help students through the Health Science Academy in all of their content areas. We think it's important that you first know a little bit about the history of how we came to have a Health Science Academy. And so for that, we'd like you to understand the gold standard of having an academy. And that comes from the Academies of Nashville. So we'd like you to watch this short video so that you can understand what we had a chance to see.
In 2005, things were pretty bad in Nashville. We had a graduation rate around 58%.
Federal accountability law, No Child Left Behind, was breathing down the necks of a lot of our school principals.
They weren't hitting district standards, they weren't hitting state standards. We had students that did not have hope.
That's when we knew that we had to create a transformation that was founded in relationships.
It took the Chamber of Commerce, Alignment Nashville, Pencil, Ford Next Generation Learning, of course, MNPS as a partner, in order to make this happen.
We saw the Academy model as a real opportunity to truly transform education and make it more authentic and real for students.
My pathway lets me be me and be creative.
I feel like I've become more accepting, more aware, more open-minded, and more kind.
I think without it, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't know what I want to do. I would be lost.
Every day I just come to school with a purpose.
We've been able to help other communities learn from our lessons. And we've really been able to see communities all over the country implement academies with our support.
Ford Motor Company Fund had recognized that we couldn't just focus on transform teaching and learning, but we also needed to think about how the system needed to change and how we would engage the larger community in this important transformation for students. Once we began to look at all those practices, we broke them into these 3 strands. The first strand is transforming teaching and learning. And this is all about true engagement for the student. It's about students having a much better idea about what they want to do in their future. And their academics are going to be taught through the lens of something that really inspires them and engages them.
Everything from the medical sciences to engineering to mechatronics, anything that is high demand in our area.
I now know what I want to study in college already. I know what job I want to get after college. I'm already prepared for my future. I'm already thinking about my mid-30s when I'm 17 years old.
Secondly, is transforming the school structure, and that's changing these large, comprehensive high schools, breaking them down into smaller learning communities so that you have schools within a school based on themes or career interest.
Students will spend 3 years together in their classes, and many of their teachers will be the same teachers throughout those 3 years. Through that process, it does begin to feel like a family.
Because I've been with my teachers for so long, they understand me. They know what I need to succeed.
Strand 3 is really about how do you engage larger communities. So this is transforming business and civic engagement. We know that business and industry employers play a huge role in supporting schools. And when they engage in the development of the academy model, they're at the table when the academies are developed. They become co-owners.
Typically we recruit a partner because of a specific need, but then once the partner gets engaged and works hands-on with the students and the teachers, then they end up telling us what the students and the teachers need.
Our industry professionals sat down with the teachers, helped develop the curriculum and online materials for the teachers and the students.
If you were to look at the list of the top 10 employers in Nashville, the majority of them are serving as academy partners. And that's who our students are getting to network with. That's who they're getting internships with. That's who they're going to do job shadowing experiences with. That's who's coming and being part of our career exploration fair.
When students come into an academy, they select a program of study or a pathway. It's almost like a major in a college. After a student selects their academy during their 10th grade year of experiential learning, they go on an industry-related field trip. During the 11th grade year, after they've learned some content, they've been exposed with a field trip, they're matched one-on-one to do a job shadow. And then finally in their senior year, they're going to do a senior capstone project where they would do extended research on that career.
This is where the Academy team of teachers, the math, English, social studies, science, and the career and technical education teacher, as a team, they would shadow a business during the summer over the course of a week. They would learn about how their academic standards are being applied in the real world of business. At the end of that experience, that team would come together and create an interdisciplinary project based on that experience that they would implement in their classroom in the academy.
Because every student usually asks, as we all did in high school, why am I taking this? What relevance will it have? Will I ever use it? Unbeknownst to them, they will.
We use blueprints to calculate the angle of a roof slope. So we related several things in their math class to what we do every day in the electrical business. And at the end, the greatest thing was one of the young ladies came up, looked me in the eye and said, "This was fun."
My least favorite class is physics, but when it's taught through the lens of audio production, it helps me remember it and it helps me understand just a little bit better.
When you're working towards your passion and you're able to earn certifications, you're able to earn college credits, when you graduate, you have multiple options.
Industry partners are now working in a very close relationship with students to tutor and mentor them on specific industry exams.
I'm able to take all the advanced placement classes, the Cambridge classes, and actually graduate with my ACE Cambridge diploma without an issue, and also take all the academy classes I want as well.
I'm a football player at Cane Ridge. I have a 4.2 and I have AP and honors classes.
So when I graduate high school, I am looking to have around 21 hours of college credit.
When we started, I would look on Edutopia and I would see one part of a school that had an academy, what those students got to do it, what those business partners did for them. And it was maybe 50 students that were being impacted. What's happened here is that there's thousands doing what those 50 students got to do. That's the power of it.
That's our future. That is what we want to be. That's what we want our school to be. That's what we're shooting for in this district. Welcome to the stage with me, Chief Nursing Officer of Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics, Melissa Strong. So Melissa and I have this traveling road show that we do. We have spoken to a lot of different groups, both through the district, through community groups, and at the hospital. And so we'd just like to tell you a little bit more about academies and about Mason General Hospital's involvement. So if you look at the start of our PowerPoint as we get it rolling, these are the characteristics that you saw in the video. You saw the idea of 9th grade career exploration, which will certainly be a huge factor next year when the 9th graders come back to the Shelton High School campus into our 9th grade academy. 10th grade, they're doing guest speakers and field trips. That's happening right now in your students' classes. With the help of Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics, their partners, many of their providers are being guest speakers, and we're starting next week on the field trips for this term. So that's very exciting. Just yesterday, I was at a meeting where we were planning the job shadow experience for the coming year for those students who are in the 11th grade. And we've certainly been thinking about what are all the different things that students could do for a capstone experience. You saw how our teachers are learning to teach differently. And we'll talk a little more about that as we go through this presentation about training that we've given our teachers so that they can help students learn in a different way. And we are working towards National Career Academy Coalition accreditation. These will be fully accredited career academies, and we are very excited about that. So here's a little history of our work. This is probably the wordiest slide, so I'm certainly not going to read it to you, but it talks about the history of how our partnership was formed, and it talks about all of the things that we have done. We have formed an advisory committee. We meet every month. They're the most wonderful group of people from industry, from the community, from the local Chamber of Commerce, from our tribal partners. And I love that group because it's a committee that gets work done every single month. And so they are wonderful. We have taken study visits to the academies of Nashville. Our curriculum is planned through this year. Just yesterday, we were planning next year's curriculum for the junior experience. We have had 4 students go to ambassador training at the academies of Nashville, and you had a chance to interact with some of our students as you came in the doors tonight. We were doing training right up until the doors opened on those types of things that ambassadors will do for us. This is our year. We have implemented the Health Science Academy. You got to see on the scrolling PowerPoint the classes that we're offering. And so we have spent a lot of time training and educating our teachers, and I'd like to show you a little bit about that. Look at these numbers. Look at the support that the school district and our partners at Mason General have given us. We've trained 23 adults on site in Nashville, getting to see what the academies are doing. We've sent 4 students to training, ambassador training at the academies of Nashville. We've sent school district personnel to the National Career Academy Coalition Conference to learn what it takes to be an accredited academy. We sent teachers and myself to Project-Based Learning World. That's where our teachers got the first chance to see what is it like to teach through that lens, to teach interdisciplinary projects. And they came back so excited. They left there with a project idea, and they talked about it all the way home, and they haven't stopped working on it since. They are an amazing group of teachers. We just had teachers and our Career Connected Learning Director come back from the National Health Science Conference, where they also learned new and exciting ways to present Health Science Academy material. I'd love for Melissa to talk a little bit next about why and how Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics is involved.
First, I want to say thank you, Dina, and to all. I don't know if you guys know how lucky we are to have an amazing group of teachers. I had 3 children go through Shelton School District. I had no idea how committed and passionate these teachers are. And I think, round of applause for sure. It's inspired me. This is by far the best project I've ever worked on in my 18 years in healthcare, by far. I just want to say on behalf of Mason General, I want to thank Dina and Dr. Apostle and the rest of the teachers for this opportunity. I know that when Eric Mall, our CEO, and Scott Hilburn, our commissioner, heard about this opportunity, they absolutely jumped on it. Part of our vision and the direction that we want to go in is United Community Empowered People and Exceptional Health, and this absolutely aligns with that. United Community, so as a community hospital, we feel a great sense of responsibility and accountability, not just for the health of the community, but for the future of the community too. And this is going to align with, I'm sorry, I'm getting over a little something. Our empowered people. So our staff, I have not seen, they work hard 40 hours a week, very stressful jobs. They love doing this. Every time we have staff members go and work with the kids, I get emails going, when can I do this again? How much more can I do? They're excited. It gives them a sense of purpose too, and they remember why they got into healthcare. So it's a win-win for everybody, and absolutely love this program.
So as you can see, we are very, very excited, but Mason General Hospital is always very grateful and excited to be our very first partner in our very first academy. We know you're out there in the audience. We haven't forgotten you. We know some of you want another academy. They're coming. But again, as Dr. Apostle said, we need to take at least a short breath, reconfigure our grades, move our 9th graders over, make sure that we're solid in what we're doing. If you look at the members of our advisory committee, you can just exactly see what I mean when I say this is an amazing committee that gets a lot of work done. We have school district personnel, we have community members, we have open seats at the table. You're going to hear about that a little bit later. If you'd like on the advisory committee, we have open seats at the table for you. And we have brand new community partners who reached out to us and said, we heard what you're doing and we would like to be a part of that. And so we'd like to welcome our new community partners in Capital Medical Center and in Bates Technical College to the table with us in this exciting work about healthcare. These are the numbers that I was asked for a little earlier tonight. This is our year to date so far. That Intro to Health Careers class that you saw scrolling earlier, that's actually the exploratory class. When we started this, Dr. Apostle said, don't worry, you know, if we get a class of students, it's fine. The first time we offered it, we had 90 students enroll in it. This year, we have 127 students enrolled in it. Those students then go on to pick their pathway. And this year so far, and registrations are fluid, a little more fluid in our trimester system, you can see the numbers of students enrolled in each of our classes. That means that in the Health Science Academy, meaning you've moved beyond an exploratory course, there are 174 students in our very first year, plus the 127 exploring the idea. That's 301 students in our very first year. And again, I can't say enough about our partners. More than 20 individual providers have come and have been guest speakers in our classes. And I just got the schedule for the field trips. More people have signed up to be group leaders or to show our students around Mason General Hospital, and we're very excited about that. I do want to cover just a couple of frequently asked questions before we call this part done. One of the things that parents and families and community members always wonder is, so my student does this, does that mean they can't do other things? Absolutely not. One of the beauties of our new trimester schedule is that there's space to explore and there's space to commit to the Health Science Academy or any other academy. So we do not want you to think that your student will give up band or music or NJROTC or exploring another class because they also want to be a member of the Health Science Academy. How can you become involved? We know you're excited now and you want to become involved, and later on in the evening you're going to hear about the ways in which you can become involved with the Academy. We welcome your involvement at any level. If you have questions, who do you contact? You call Shelton High School and you ask for me. On your way out tonight, in the baskets that you're going to drop some information cards in, there are also my business cards, so you are more than welcome to reach out, call me at the high school, email me, anything that you'd like to know about the Academy or in any way you'd like to help. We would be honored to have your help. So we thank you for that piece of the program overview. At this time, we are very, very excited and we are very grateful to introduce our keynote speaker for the weekend, Maddie Thompson, Senior Policy Advisor for Education from the Office of Governor Jay Inslee.
Well, I'm even more excited now hearing about all that wonderful work and the immense success in the very first year. Thank you for having me here today. I'm so honoured to be part of the launch of your Health Careers Academy. And I'll get it out of the way now. I am from Australia. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I've lived here for 20 years. I married a man from Centralia, and I live just up the road in Olympia, and I regularly drive to see family, my in-laws at the Hood Canal, and I'm very connected to this community, the broader community, shall we say. So thank you for having me. Congratulations to all of you, to Superintendent Apostle, and the school board for having the vision and the energy to support the Academy. And thanks to your wonderful team of staff, Dina Ali, and the school district staff and all those at the high school, what a dedicated team. Thanks to the honoured tribal members, family members, higher education partners, the community members who helped to make this happen. Thanks also, of course, to the SAGE partners at the Mason General Hospital and family of clinics who have the foresight to create pathways into their own workforce and who are committed to supporting young people in the community. And, of course, congratulations to the lucky students who are taking advantage and about to take more advantage of this great opportunity. If there are two things I'd like you to take away today, they are, firstly, that choosing a career in healthcare is very likely to provide lifelong job security, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The second thing I'd like everybody to take away is an even better understanding of the importance of career-connected learning. I hope you will leave proud of what you've done to date and inspired to create more learning opportunities that are connected to careers. And as students, I hope you're ready to take full advantage. And if you end up pursuing a career in healthcare, you will have benefited immensely from the opportunity. And even if you don't pursue a career in healthcare, you will still have benefited. For my boss, Governor Jay Inslee, career-connected learning is a top priority. The Governor recognises that connecting learning to careers is vital. It's vital for many reasons. When we connect learning to careers, students understand why learning matters. Real-world and project-based learning increases the ability to make profound discoveries that excite, amaze, and surprise. And when you practice, and you do, you remember. Career-connected learning is vital because it provides a chance to practice skills that are essential in many life and work situations, like working in teams, being reliable, using your creativity to solve problems. It also helps students to understand what it takes to support yourself, and I've got to say this, it's probably a really good idea to go on after high school and get a post-secondary credential, and try not to delay because life will get in the way. Governor Inslee also recognises that it's important to honour and promote all post-secondary pathways, whether they are apprenticeships, bachelor's degrees, associate degrees or certificates. Students should be informed about all the different kinds of fields and occupations and all the various post-secondary pathways to get there. One of the best gifts we can give young people is work that they will enjoy, that matches their talents, that excites them and fills them with pride, so that work doesn't feel like work. It feels just like you're doing something that you were made to do. Of course, there's always a little drudgery in everything, but if we are lucky to have a good career, it adds to our lifelong happiness immeasurably. Our state goals for educational attainment are based on what communities need in terms of qualified individuals, and also what individuals need to earn enough to have a job that will support themselves and their families. We estimate that in order for our businesses and communities to thrive, over 70% of our population, aged 25 to 44, will need a post-secondary credential. So that could be a bachelor's or associate degree, an apprenticeship, a certificate with some value in the labour market. And we also have an educational attainment goal that the population aged 25 to 44, 100% of those should have a high school credential or the equivalent, such as a GED. Yet on both these, we are falling short. Over 4 years, we have inched up a bit from 50 to 52% of our population with a post-secondary credential, and we've gone from 89 to 90% with a high school diploma or equivalent. So we still have a long way to go, and it is efforts like health academies that are really going to help and inspire us to make progress. In healthcare, we really have severe shortages of workers. They're really very acute. One of my first jobs in Washington was with the State Workforce Board, and at that time, somebody from the Washington State Hospital Association, Troy Hudson, came to the state and said, look, can you help us do something? We just can't find enough qualified workers. You know, we're really short on nurses. They're large in numbers. We just can't find them. And all sorts of other healthcare professionals we're having trouble finding. And I was given the charge of going to research, well, what's the problem? And bringing together people from the unions, from education, from K-12, post-secondary partners, to find out what the problems were. And we found it wasn't really a problem of student demand. A lot of students wanted to get into these programs, but the programs are more expensive to provide than other programs. And it was hard to find enough lab space, enough clinical placements, enough qualified faculty to manage these programs. And so we went about looking for solutions. We also found that in some areas of the state, students weren't leaving high school ready with, ready to start college level math. And that could really, you can go into a remedial program, but that can really slow your progress towards getting your credential. So we helped to increase programs such as MESA that improved college level math readiness, and also we got the post-secondary programs to expand through providing them with incentive funds. And over a 6-year period between 2002 and 2008, we increased the number of students completing a nursing degree by 50%. So we didn't solve the problem though, and we've still got an ongoing problem. And one of the issues is that we have, you know, across the state, many older people are retiring, and they need a qualified workforce to replace them. But in healthcare, we have twice the problem, because the healthcare workforce is retiring, and we also have the elderly people who need more healthcare services. So you see, going for a career in healthcare is probably going to be quite a good bet for you. I looked up some labour market data from Mason County, and I found 6 of the top 10 shortage occupations were healthcare occupations, including occupational therapists, physical therapists, registered nurses, nursing assistants, licensed practical nurses, and pharmacy technicians. Another recent study found that in all regions of Washington state, we do have a shortage of healthcare workers. There's also been quite a lot of discussion about the future of work, developments in AI, artificial intelligence, in technology and automation, and how many jobs might be replaced by these advancements, and many jobs will be changed by these advancements. Many healthcare jobs will be changed by these advancements, but for the most part, I think we'll always need human beings to take care of other human beings. And taking care of people is one of the most wonderful rewards. I also don't want to overlook the biomedical science portion of the Academy. Statewide labour demand for biomedical engineers is growing, and I looked up on the Employment Security website and I noticed that their annual salary is over $100,000. So I think that's not too shabby, and some of you might consider that. If you're interested in looking up labour market information, go to the Employment Security website. Teachers and students, families, it's very interesting to see what opportunities are out there and what you might expect in the future. Finally, I'd like to conclude my remarks with a few challenges for you to consider. To educators, I know you've already done a lot of work and you want to shore this up, but I still want you to consider what's next. How can I make more opportunities for our students to connect with the world of work? How can I make sure these opportunities are equitable, that our Native American students are participating, our various Asian and Pacific Islander populations, our Hispanic students, African American students, our students who have experienced homelessness or are in foster care, and our students with disabilities, and that all our genders are well represented? How can I connect with our local communities, our business partners, our non-profit organisations to come and help us design other programs to show the relevance of the real world? So I also challenge you to forge more connections with higher education partners from community colleges and universities and align your programs as seamlessly as you can. Encourage students to sign up for the FAFSA, Federal Financial Aid application for student aid. Take advantage of the College Bound program that's 4 years of tuition. You can sign up in middle school. So look into that. And I challenge you to honour all post-secondary opportunities and show your students that 4-year degrees are a great option, as are associate degrees, apprenticeships and certificate programs. To employers and community members, I challenge you to ask yourself, what more can I do to help our young people? What can I do to provide work learning experiences, internships and paid internships? And what can I do to ensure equity of opportunity in the community? What can I do to lend staff time, perhaps to partner with a post-secondary institution to provide faculty support or clinical placement time? What can I do to work with teachers to create more opportunities for contextualised learning? For students, I challenge you to work hard, take responsibility for your own learning, be kind on yourself if you don't understand something at first or it seems like a lot. Please persist. Take advantage of this great opportunity. Graduate from high school and go into some form of post-secondary education. Finally, I'd like to end with something my daughter said, my 7th grader. She said, "Mum, I think you should definitely say this, so I'm going to share it with you." She said, "The kids are the future and you can shape it." So thank you very much. Sorry.
Thank you so much. We are so honored that you joined us this evening and that what the Shelton School District is envisioning is right in line with the hopes of the state of Washington. To close out our night, I'd like to introduce Shelton High School Principal Jennifer Diet.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Diet, excuse me, and I am the principal of Shelton High School. On behalf of all the faculty at Shelton High School, I would like to thank you all for attending the kickoff of the Health Science Academy. Many people have been working to make this happen. We are thankful to our community partners for their support, for the numerous hours staff have committed, and most importantly, for our students who are choosing to enroll in our health science classes. This is the first of many new career pathways for Shelton High School graduates. Our students will benefit from field experiences, hands-on learning, industry certifications, guest speakers, and much more. We would like to take just a moment to remind you that you can become involved in the Health Science Academy. In your packet of materials, you received an information request card. This lists some of the options we have available and provides a space for ideas that you may have thought of that we forgot. Please take a moment to complete this section, including your name and contact information. There are baskets in the lobby to drop off your information cards as you exit this evening. Becoming involved in the first academy at Shelton High School, or getting involved in the academies yet to come, will provide the backbone for student success. You probably noticed the polo shirts worn by our students enrolled in the Health Science Academy courses and by our Health Science Academy staff. I'd like to give a thank you to Tammy Engstrom and FCCLA for doing the embroidery work on every one of those 250 polo shirts. During the many planning meetings, an idea came to us. We wondered if our community partners would be interested in purchasing a Shelton High School Health Science Academy partner polo. There will be sign-up sheets in the lobby where you drop off your information cards if you are interested in that very idea. We thank you so much for your support and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much, Principal Diet. That concludes our program this evening. Shelton High School staff will be here if you have questions, and we thank you very much again for coming and supporting our kickoff. Good night.